moment in a game where you just the feel of the game, you realize, hey, I need to step up and score? How do you know those kind of moments where it's a didn't take over game offensively?
It's really based off the defense. Sometimes they take away me being able to pass to my teammates because a lot of people know that's one of my good strengths. They try to minimize that and make me go score the ball. So I think once I see that and they give me the green light, Coach P and the team, they give me the green light, and I just go from there.
Yeah, I'm that vein. What JJ was saying, a game like the UNLV game is sometimes maybe it's just other guys' shots aren't falling. I mean, do you feel that early in the night? Because it feels like and that you can get yours when you need it. Do you feel the same way?
I definitely feel like I can get mine whenever needed. I'll never stop going to my teammates, even if some of the shots aren't falling. I'm always going to trust them on the next shot. So I don't think it's ever based off that. It's more so it's like I feel like the defense is taking them away from me, so then I'll go get mine. Yeah,
he's Lobo guard Donovan Dent with us on the Sports Animal. Mountain West Player of the Week again. And you look at some of the numbers and the individual accolades, and I know you're going to say the team stuff is what's most important, and I appreciate that a lot. But how much are you enjoying or relishing in some of the individual stuff? The fact that you are the only player in the nation averaging at least 19 points and 6.5 assists. Donovan, that's insanely impressive, the consistency, the growth in your game. Do you let yourself appreciate some of the individual stuff too?
I do a little bit. Coach C tells me I have to really look into much of the media hype, and he tells me to keep a calm head and keep playing. So I'll give him. It's pretty funny with that. I definitely know some of it, but I don't really pay too much attention to it, to be honest.
Well, you should win Player of the Year. At least if things keep up. I mean, you should be Player of the Year in this league. What's the difference between this year and last year's team? I mean, the obvious difference is, for the fans, there's no mash in house, and I get it, and it's your team. But obviously you want to go deeper. You won a championship last year. You cut down nets. You went to the tournament. What's the difference this year now that it's kind of your team?
I mean, I would say the difference with the team this year, not just me, myself. Like, I think we're all just way more bought in. Like, last year we were a great team. We had a deep run, but it took us to win, like, the conference tournament. This year we want to win everything. Like, this whole team just bought into that mindset. Coach P has, like, been talking about it since summer, and we've all just really bought into it. I think we've been doing a great job of it so far.
What's it like running the pick and roll with Nelly and the way he's been able to play this season? Our coach talked about, it's as simple for him as being here all summer long and not being stuck back home, but just seeing his growth and how you guys play off each other in that high-low game.
I think that was a huge factor with Nelly being here this summer because, like, me and him learned a lot over summer about each other, like everything in the ball screen, how he likes to post entry passes when he kicks it out. Like, we learned so much about each other. So him being here this summer was great for us, and he's just playing great. Nelly's been playing amazing this season, so I'm proud for Nelly.
I think that's something that's lost on a common fan is people say, well, just throw great players together and they'll be able to play. Like, they'll be great. And it isn't that way, huh? I mean, the more you play, especially with a guy like you, if you watch now, and I was saying this to somebody the other day, way less passes are being dropped now than they were in November. And I almost sense at times a little frustration on your part. You'd make a great pass and somebody who was new to this team wasn't ready for it, where now everybody's looking for it anytime it's in your hand.
And yeah, that's just playing together over time. Like, we learned how each other play. We adapt to each other's play style. And, like, any great players could play together, but it takes time to really mesh together. And this team's we meshed really well so far.
Where did you get your demeanor? Like you're calm. You don't get too high. You don't get too low. There's, so many guys want theirs. It feels like you love sharing the basketball. You are obviously the way you're leading the league in assists and scoring. You're playing both sides of that. But where did you get your demeanor and your style of basketball to be unselfish and just not too high, not too low?
I think I got my calm demeanor for sure from my dad. He never gets really too high, too low. I can have a great game, a really bad game. He'll stay the same way. And I think it just translated really well for me on the court. Like, I never really get too high, never really get too low. Like, I just play at a calm pace and get my teammates involved, like, the best I can. Because, like, the more happy your teammates are, the easier the game comes for me is my mindset with this. I try to get everyone involved as much as I can, really, with it.
Yeah, I got to ask you about after the San Jose State game. I guess it was Philip who said, and I was on that plane. I didn't see this. You're the guy who evidently got guys together after the San Jose State loss and said, hey, we're fine. We got beat before, and obvious leadership role. Where did that come from? Why did you feel the need at that moment to have a conversation with your guys? And has that always been your role? What brought that about?
Yeah, I mean, I was for sure frustrated, too, after the San Jose State game. I was really upset with, like, how we played, and we didn't get that last rebound. like just hearing how like down some of the guys were on the plane, I kind of just stepped in and was like, hey, like this league's going to give us a couple more quad one opportunity wins. Like we're going to be all right. We just got to finish the season. We can't drop any more games that we're not supposed to drop. We got to win every game that we're supposed to win by a good margin. Like just little stuff like that. Just try to keep everyone calm head because like that was kind of hurt. It was a devastating loss for us a little bit because like we could be 10-0 in conference without that loss at the end of this Saturday. And it just hurt us. But I just told everyone to stay together. We'll be all right.
Do you feel an obligation to be a leader as a point guard and as, you know, many-time player of the week on this team?
I mean, I feel like obligated to be a leader because this team looks to me a lot for, like, that advice. I've been here for the program for 3 years now. Like, not even about all the player of the week stuff and all of that. Like, they generally listen to what I'm going to say. Like, our freshmen, our young guys from the trench, like, they look at me not because of how well I'm playing, but like, because I just give good advice, I guess, in that sense. So,
oh boy.
That's why I more so step up and help the team with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously you've been doing it for a minute, and guys are going to look up to the older guys, but some guys are comfortable in that role and some are not. Did you have to learn your way into being comfortable, or is that more natural for you?
No, I mean, I've had to lead a team before in my high school days, so I was kind of comfortable stepping into it and taking that leadership role.
You know, Donovan, for you, you know, when you're not grinding in school, looking at the film, do you like to decompress? Do you like to watch other games? Do you watch the NBA? You know, what do you like to do maybe to get your mind right?
I love watching other college games. Like I was watching the UNLV Utah State game the other day. I've been watching a lot of the Big 12 games. Like just watching college basketball is fun. I'm like lately it's been great to watch.
You love this style? You love the fact that you get to go up and down. You're one of the top teams in possession rate. All this. Is this the kind of basketball you love to play?
Yeah, so playing this fast it's the perfect pace for me. I love it.
Yeah, it's a big one this weekend. Go enjoy it. Congratulations on what's been a great success so far. 9-1 start in league play, and then obviously going up there and the fun that it should be tomorrow. Embrace the opportunity, embrace the moment, and best of luck. Always appreciate you spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me.
He is Donovan Dent, and he should be the player of the year in this league. He's I mean, to me,
he's a front runner right now. Easy.
He's just, to me, he's been terrific, and yeah, that's where I would go. I mean, look at a guy who's leading the league in scoring, leading the league in assists. What he's doing, what he's meant for the program, I think is great, and enjoy him. And by the way, I really like. You ever just get to talk to him a little bit off the air? Just sit down for a second with him.
Yes,
that's a fun kid.
Like
that's who he is.
Those are the things that I love sports, but the people behind them, getting a chance to tell their stories or learn about them, have those conversations. That's what excites me about getting to do what we do.
100%. All right, we'll wrap it up when we get back. Hey, the big game is coming up, and Twin Peaks is the place to be. The first 100 fans to arrive for the big game February 9th, you're going to get a free square for a chance to win Twin Peaks gift cards at the end of every quarter. Plus, every fan scores free fried pickles just for showing up. Yep, amazing foods, giveaways, and a front row seat to all the action. So get to Twin Peaks early on game day for the ultimate big game experience. Where else would you want to be to watch the big game? It'd be at Twin Peaks. And no one does happy hour like they do. Twin Peaks has whatever your preference, everything from tequila cocktails to an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls, local craft beers, handcrafted whiskey cocktails, adventurous drink menu. And don't forget about the 29-degree drafts. And step up your lunch game at Twin Peaks. They've got hearty yet light combos put together just for you starting at $7.99. It's all at Twin Peaks. See you there for the big game.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro Beer. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to
Sports Animal.
All right, getting you home on a Friday, going into the weekend with a big one tomorrow. Lobos and Utah State on the men's side. Ladies will be here on the Sports Animal in the afternoon, 2 o'clock tip, 1:30 pregame. San Diego State is in the pit. JJ will have the call from courtside at University Arena. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Still time to get you in at 505-246-0610. Robert, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Robert.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, you know what I like best about Nelly Joseph? He's hitting his free throws over the past several games, especially the pressure free throws. He's been hitting those, winning games for us. Can you give us a history on how he ended up here? To me, it seems like a father-to-son gift. I don't know why the senior would have given him away, but anyway, can you give us a history on that? Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Have a great day.
Yeah, after when Rick Pitino, who was at Iona, went to St. John's, I'm not sure why he didn't try to get him up to St. John's with him. I don't know exactly why. Maybe it was a scholarship thing. I'm sure he could have found a place for him, and I think Nelly Jr. Joseph would have been very good in the Big East, and at St. John's he'd be good. I don't know why, and I don't really, JJ, do you know any of the intricacies of how I'm certainly Rick probably said, hey, there's a good spot for you. My son's coaching out in New Mexico. There's an opportunity for you to go in there and be the premier big, and he'll coach you up, and here's what he's done. I don't know the intricacies of the journey from Nigeria to Iona to New Mexico as far as why he didn't go to St. John's. Do you?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, Robert, that's what I know. 505-246-0610. This is the Terry segment, right? Last segment, Friday. Hello, Terry.
Good Friday, Jeff.
Hi, Friday.
Good Friday.
Hi, Terry.
Good Friday, JJ. Thoughts and hugs to everybody. Special shout out. Happy birthday, Austin. Try to remember my son was 6 or 7 when it changed from everybody could come to they only wanted boys only because the boys started getting rowdy around that age. My daughter was our first week of January, and nobody ever wanted to come to a party. Luckily, she could be bought off with cash because after the holiday. So I digress. I was kind of surprised yesterday. Jerry Palm seemed like fairly secure. The Lobos were in as long as they don't drop any of the gimme games. I thought maybe they'd have to pull off a couple road wins, but he kind of had them kind of locked in. But things can always change from that end and that. So, we talked a few weeks ago, and I thought they would have had a sweep like Nevada or Boise or a couple of them, but maybe they're locked in. And it always helps when St. John's is still doing well. UCLA coming back, sitting on the West Coast, coming up and all that. But we'll see how it goes from that end, and it always can help with seeding that way from the habit. Next week we'll get into more of all the old Super Bowls. I'm trying to think two things I always thought about were kind of strange was obviously Game 6 in basketball, the NBA, obviously the Kings and Lakers Game 6 20 years ago. And then the one Super Bowl that gets kind of left out was Seattle and Pittsburgh. And don't know if they just claimed crappy refereeing, but it seemed like Pittsburgh got all the calls in that game 20 years ago. But life goes on in that way, and you have it. So you guys have a great weekend. JJ, enjoy the family. It's always great. Austin will be in college before you know it. So take care. Be safe.
Save up. Thanks, Terry. You saved. You ready? Before you know it, you got some saving to do, man.
It's crazy.
That boy better get a scholarship. Is he left-handed pitcher?
No.
Can work on that. Golfer?
Linebacker? In the club?
Quarterback? Kicker? Soccer player?
Anything he wants to do, I'm all for it. Try everything out and see what sticks.
Go figure it out. Bourne says the useless refs equal boxing judges. Jeff, if a powerful boxing promoter is giving a fighter a big push, the judges know how their scorecards are supposed to look. Doesn't take a meeting in a smoke-filled room. Likewise, it doesn't take a memo from Commissioner Pete Rozelle or whoever's in charge now for the officials to know which team would be beneficial for the NFL to see in the finals. Is this going to be all next week's talk?
Yes.
Really?
Not the fact that Kansas City's been able to do it multiple ways offensively, even with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, but to go from this explosive over-the-top offense to an underneath offense that's created. They've developed wide receivers. Xavier Worthy, second half of the season, really good big-time catches in the playoffs, even outside of the one that was given to him by the refs against Buffalo. The fact they've done it with no run game in the playoffs, and the run game in the AFC Championship game needed to be Patrick Mahomes. That's okay because he's protected, so he can do whatever he wants. Or the defense for KC versus a Philadelphia team that they've been able to draft and develop and then highlight that roster with free agency acquisitions. None of that matters. None of that matters. It's because somehow, some way, this league just is all in on Kansas City and making sure everything goes their way because they think that's what the people want to see, but the people are telling us they don't want to see something rigged. So what's going on? Why is the NFL still doing this?
I kind of want to see them win now. All this is pushing me onto them. Kind of is. I'm on the Taylor Swift bandwagon. I'm on the...
But it's because controversy sells. It's no publicity is bad publicity.
So if they win, I want them to get a few calls, go against them, and still win. How about that?
Yeah, and I think there's been so much noise and talk about it that the NFL will make sure there's a couple questionable calls against KC So it's not as obvious right now because I think people are just saying it's too obvious.
So the NFL will make sure there's a couple of questionable calls.
Yes, to just try to throw everyone off the scent. But we see it. We know it. You're not fooling us anymore. Sooner or later, President Trump, too, is going to investigate this and release the documents so we know what will be happening, and they cannot get away with this.
Maybe it'll be because of
forever.
DEI. I mean, Lord knows. All right, let me hit these. Big win for your Bruins. If you got your woes on offense figured out, you could be dangerous to the state tournament. UCLA got a big win last night. Bourne says, it's not just the OD, Jeff. I know your biggest pet peeve is folks that call and say they aren't going to the game. Well, it's the same on that social media thingy. I'm on this site discussing an XYZ TV show or a movie, and there are at least 50 posts. I never saw that TV or movie. If they haven't seen it, why do folks need to chime in that they haven't seen it? Fair enough. Fair enough, because they have thumbs. I think we need an executive order, Jeff Lou, looking at DEI in the NFL, and if it has resulted in the Chiefs getting every damn whistle. I swear to God, I'd not seen that before. All right, Mike. Looking at maybe it's DEI. Yep, maybe it is. Did I get all of those ones you sent? Steve said Grand Valley is 40 minutes from Ann Arbor. All right. You still shouldn't get an extra year of eligibility just because you went to school there. Or maybe you should. All right, you got Lobos or the U-Tags tomorrow night?
Go Bows.
I'll tell you what, it'd be a hell of a win up there, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
It would be a hell of a win up there.
I don't know how they're doing it, what magic is hidden in that valley, but to be where Utah State is in this era
year after year
of college basketball, to be on their fourth different coach doing it, it's crazy.
Yeah, year after year. Yeah, it's and Jerry Calhoun just.
Do you think they'll? So I saw this on social media. I think it was either Grammer retweeted it or brought it up somewhere on his feed. Mentioning how, hey, UNLV introduced Dan Mullen last game, and they're bringing out Bronco Mendenhall this game.
Yeah. What was Bronco Mendenhall mentioned on our air? I was sitting in the car listening to a show before us, and they ran Bronco. They just ran his name out there. I didn't even know what it was for. Something about Taylor Swift fans. I missed the context on it. All right. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. Jim Rome Show follows that. 2 Men On is here at 4. JJ's got Lobo Women's Basketball tomorrow at 1:30 here. I'll be up in Logan with the men over on News Radio KKOB. So catch what you can this weekend. Thank you to Kenny Thomas and Donovan Dent. Both of them were with us today. Adrian, great week. Appreciate you immensely. Big weekend for you, obviously.
Huge.
Enjoy it. Happy birthday to Big Austin Buck, 6 years old. A great, safe weekend, boys and girls. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing, and we will smell you on Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavis, with one goal: to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated,